Were shocking new revelations about Donald Trump released to distract from his former chief of staff cooperating with the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol? That question was raised on CNN after a new report on what Mark Meadows revealed in a forthcoming book. Take a look at the CNN discussion.
Donald Trump tested positive for coronavirus 3 days before his first debate against Joe Biden on September 29, 2020. This stunning revelation is in a new book by former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows that was obtained by The Guardian. A positive test the country never knew about. A positive test before he ultimately admitted to the nation that he did have COVID. Days before attending event after event after event with vulnerable people. Now, there was a subsequent negative test, but this still raises all kinds of questions about honesty, about timing, and about why the White House chose to trust one test rather than another. This is the timeline as we know it and includes these new claims. On Saturday the 26th, Trump hosted the Rose Garden event for Amy Coney Barrett. This was, of course, as she became a Supreme Court justice. No masks, no social distancing, in what is suspected and later was called by Dr. Anthony Fauci and others to be a super spreader event. Many who attended that event would later test positive. That is when, according to this new book, according to Mark Meadows, the president first tested positive. Then later, he did have a negative test, according to Meadows in this new report. The very next day, despite the positive test, Trump attended an indoor event with Gold Star military families. 2 days later, on Tuesday the 29th, Chris Wallace at Fox says Trump was not tested at the debate because he arrived late, and they allowed him on stage because they were relying on the honor system.
Honesty, I mean, look, there are going to be a lot of questions about intentional deception here. The White House was very obviously desperate to make it look like Trump did not have COVID, and they were willing to do anything to sort of keep him on the trail and keep him out there looking because they were worried it would hurt him in his own reelection bid. And so putting, the lives of Gold Star families and, the future president on the line there was something he was clearly willing to risk. My question is now, what sort of accountability will we see on this? I mean, on Capitol Hill, they've been focused on January 6th. There is an independent select committee that has been studying the White House response to COVID. Does this come up there? And I also think the timing on this story coming out is interesting. Just yesterday, we learned that Mark Meadows was going to be cooperating slightly with the January 6th committee, which is not exactly a headline he wanted, but he was concerned about going to jail. And so is making a sort of small attempt to do this. This is something that won't play well with Trump. Part of me wonders is did this come out today specifically to try to sort of cake over that storyline? Because obviously this is going to be something people are going to want to follow up on. It's really irresponsible, and I think people will want more answers about what happened in those 48 hours after they got this result.
According to the Independent, Mr. Meadows, who remains a Trump loyalist, this week agreed to cooperate with the committee investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol. The panel members expect him to provide crucial insight on what was discussed inside the White House in the days leading up to the insurrection, and how the president responded to it while it was underway. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to visit us at rawstory.com. And if you'd like to see more of the Raw Report, please like and subscribe, and join others who like their news raw too.